Hey, come on now. Come on. Next.
Then he's going to go home and kiss my sister.
Next.
There you go. Hey,
Thank you.
So you guys tie when you play golf. Just like kissing your sister, right?
Yes.
All right, we need to get out of that story, though, I think.
Yeah.
And everybody looks at me.
It is funnier than shit, especially the first time.
Now you want to talk about it.
Now you want to
talk about it.
Especially the first time I did
kicking
it.
in.
Hey, Brett and Tom, welcome to my freaking world since he started dating my sister in high school.
40 years ago.
Oh, my gosh. This is what I've been dealing with since I was freaking 13 years old.
I think it has been 39 years ago.
Okay, 15 years
39.
old.
Yeah.
That's some quick math there, drunkie.
What is that?
Drunkie.
What is that in Canadian years?
Yeah.
That is 46, I think.
How
That's
about dog,
perfect.
how about dog
That's
years?
very good
How
conversion
about dog
rate.
years?
Dog years about 269.
The people,
I'm pretty sure they're on the same calendar we are.
Yes.
you just want to say
Money
69. The people that do the currency, that is a racket.
Oh, yes, because it's all
That
different.
is a racket.
It's all different everywhere you
You
go.
have no idea how bad you're really. We didn't do currency exchange because I hate it.
So as soon as you come across the border, is there like 1,000 places to do currency exchange?
There's
I don't. I went up through Niagara Falls, so that's still very U.S.
Right.
There was a bunch in Montreal.
Right.
I don't know, but not
that away.
Not 1,000.
Put that thing
Tommy,
away.
put that toy in the drawer.
Playing with my pistol.
When I went to Europe, I remember going, I just gave you $500 and I got fucking Monopoly money that might be worth $200.
Yeah.
I legit left one of those places going, I'm not doing this again to my current wife. I'm like, I really think we just lost. I'm serious. I think we just lost $200
Here come
between
you
fees.
dumb American.
Because they tell
So
you
are you
whatever
better
they
off
want.
just using credit cards then when you go? That's because it converts
I think so,
automatically.
yeah.
Is that
After the
idea?
first place, we paid to park somewhere, and it was $15. I'm like, okay, I gave him a US 20. He gives me back $5 US. I'm like, you just screwed me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You just made basically $2.50.
It's probably.
And you probably pocketed it.
Yes.
And I'm like, we are charging everything from here on out.
Well, but when that happens, so if a Canadian pulls up and hands him a Canadian 20, does he got changed?
He gets $5.
He gets
back.
exactly $5. So the other thing.
They have a stack of American money and a stack of Canadian money.
Yeah,
they
I
do.
guarantee
Really?
you. I guarantee you they do. The other thing they do is depending on where you go, they sometimes give you Canadian change, but it's always different.
On your U.S. money.
It's on your U.S. money.
Right.
It's like, well, wait a minute. I just paid $20 back there, and I got $3 a change.
Right.
And now I paid $20 for the exact same thing, and this time I got
$6.
Wait a minute.
So you're at the
what
mercy of
just
the idiot giving you change.
and you trying to figure it out instead of just
figure it out.
turn around and going, okay, fine, whatever.
Which is what they're banking on.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Literally.
They're smart. They're smart enough. They know.
Literally.
They know they're making. They know how to make their money.
Sure.
So there's one place we went. Lady actually did it out on the calculator. It's like,
Right.
if you pay here's the actual exchange rate today, and I'm like, oh, that's legit. So we just oddly let her keep more money because she was honest.
Yes, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I said, what if I throw in a beaver pelt?
Yeah,
Does that
there you go.
does that reduce this at any level?
Hell yeah, it does.
Can I trade beads?
Yeah.
No, they don't like beads. They're pelt people.
I think
They're pelt people.
What is it? It's three otter pelts to one beaver pelt. I think is that it?
Probably. I don't know.
I think that's it.
What is their currency up there? Is it the pound?
What?
Pound.
Canadian.
Canadian.
Yeah, it's Canadian
Just the
dollar.
Canadian money.
dollars.
It's Canadian
Canadian
dollars.
money.
CAD.
I didn't know if it was
Canadian
dollar.
a.
This is
okay.
Canadian.
I didn't know if it was a pound.
The loony and the toonie.
Yeah, loony and a toonie. Yeah.
Huh. Did not know.
Tom, I got to see you in a beaver pelt. I really do at this point.
We're buying one.
I might.
I used to have a
might
coonskin hat.
back out on the
For
polar
some
bear.
reason, I believe that.
I don't know where. Oh,
For
you know
some
what?
reason,
I
I
think I
believe
should.
You got one this week at Conner Prairie.
No,
is
I
what
didn't.
happened.
I didn't, but I do think somewhere in some stuff. I think I do. I got a picture. I know.
I'm sure you do.
Somewhere in some stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got a coonskin cap around somewhere.
Daniel Boone looking
What?
nothing.
That's probably a good edit. That's probably a good edit. I'll pour to that.
Wow. All right, so solid dick of the week. Is that where we're at?
No, let's talk a little bit about the. We got some time. We're
okay.
been rumbling for 50
What
minutes.
else we got, Jeff? What else?
The NCAA tournament this weekend.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
coming up.
Some good games. Some good
And
games.
some basketball. No.
If by somehow, some way, North Carolina can beat Duke
They did
by
before.
49 points, that'd be awesome.
So who
49.
Goodbye.
You must have a
Just
bet
beat
on that,
their-
right?
No, I don't.
who
I
picked this
don't.
Final Four?
Just
Who picked
beat
this actual
Krzyzewski's
Final
ass.
Four? Anybody?
What's that?
Anybody pick this actual Final Four?
I didn't do a bracket this year.
I didn't do a bracket.
Yeah.
either.
Well,
I'm tired
so
of
what
losing.
you're so that is that
Kansas
the same way
probably
as
not a
saying
surprise.
if I
A lot
would
of
have
people
done a
would've picked
bracket, it would have been those 4 teams.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Kansas, though, not a surprise.
Yeah,
a lot of
they
people
were
would
the
have
number
picked
one seed.
Duke.
Yeah.
The number 2 seed,
Yeah.
or 3 seed.
Yeah, they're 2
So
or 3.
it's a 1
Carolina
and-
would not have been
No,
a pick
no.
for a lot of people.
Nobody picked Carolina.
No, I think it was. They were like plus 1,800, like
Yeah.
3-4 weeks ago before the tournament started to even make the.
So I'm drawing a blank. Who's the 14?
Villanova.
Yeah, Villanova also.
Yeah.
It's weird. The Cinderella's.
but I don't think anybody would have picked them to get to the Final Four.
Villanova's been good all year.
Yeah.
But
Villanova's been good for the
And
last 10 years. They've won 2 national
yeah.
titles in the last 10 years.
yeah, and a great coach.
Yeah. So the Cinderella thing, it's odd how it just always dies out. The St. Peter's was the first 15 to make it to the Elite Eight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means, and there's, I'm not going to say there's been a lot of 15s move on, but there's a lot of 10, 11, 12s that get to that Sweet 16
Correct.
round. That next step, they just can't get into
And they
that Final Four.
typically ends badly, like in a 20-point
Blowout.
beatdown.
Yeah.
Right.
Which thanks Purdue for not doing what you were supposed to do against St. Peter's.
I don't know
So
how
that-
you lose that game.
That's just terrible.
Yeah, that's
terrible.
awful.
You had 5 days to prepare
I mean,
for them.
from
Yeah.
an
And
IU
you're Purdue.
from an IU fan
Correct.
who that's not a bash at Purdue as much as that's not IU fan bash at Purdue.
Correct.
That's just a straight. I don't know how you lose that game, man.
Yeah.
You should not have lost that game. You should have handled them like
Like a beaver pelt.
yes, yeah, like North Carolina did. North Carolina came in and basically took care of business.
Yeah.
and
Said,
that's
"We're gonna beat
exactly
your ass."
that's exactly
Yeah.
what Purdue should have done.
Yeah.
Big brothered him a little bit.
So, yeah. Just said, hey, you're gonna play the way we want you to play, and your Cinderella story is exactly over
Gone.
right now.
It was a
But I
great,
guess-
great story.
I guess Villanova
See ya.
lost their number 1 player in the
Yeah, that
Elite
and
Eight
that.
game,
Yep.
so that's going to hurt
I was
them.
watching that game, and he
That's
was
going to
out.
hurt them a little. Obviously, it's going to hurt them a lot. Your number
Yeah.
1 player, but I'm looking forward to it. Should be some great basketball.
Should be a fun weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That'd be a good time.
the Carolina Duke thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I'm tired of it,
one
but-
those two
Yeah.
universities are what 15 minutes away
Yep.
from each other.
8 miles or something like
And
that.
they're close.
actually, Brett and I have spent some time on North
did.
Carolina's
Ooh.
Campus.
We had some good beers
It's
there.
fun times. I like that camp. And then we had time to go over to Duke, and we literally both looked at each other and
Nah,
were like,
I'm not doing
hey,
that.
we can, yeah. Believe it or not, we were there. We were there on a hockey trip, and we looked at each other in the morning. You're like, "What the hell are we gonna do all day today until the game tonight?" And sure enough, so we're like, "Dude, we got some pretty cool campuses around. Why don't we just go?" So we went to North Carolina, found a couple cool bars, and said, "Hey, we have time to go over to Duke before." And it literally took us about 5 seconds. We both looked at each other like,
What are we going to do? Go look at
Like-
Cameron Indoor?
Yeah.
Who
We're
gives
like-
a shit?
NC State is also very close.
Yeah.
Those guys
Yeah.
are all very
Isn't that the
close.
triangle of technology or something like that they call that? down there?
something like that. In fact, I think the hockey arena was on NC State campus.
It's very close.
Was it
right
where the
right-
Hurricanes play?
Yep.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. So anyway,
Did anybody not think I was betting Duke the whole way through that they were not going to make the Final Four? There was no way in hell.
I did not think
there was
they would.
there was no way in hell
because of the-
that was not going to happen.
because of the you
it was
thought they'd be there.
not going to happen.
I thought
they were. They were.
I thought you were saying it different. I was going to say I'm not a conspiracy theorist, dude, but I think everything possible would be done to make sure Duke gets to the Final Four.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, because I was watching
Krzyzewski's last year.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. Well, they lost their last regular season home game
to North Carolina.
Carolina.
Got their ass beat.
Their biggest rival, and then they didn't win their
ACC,
the end of season tournament.
Yeah. Yep. They got beat.
Right, so
but that's
I didn't think
different
they were
than
ready.
the-
I seriously thought I didn't even know they were going to make it to the Elite Eight.
They're a good team and have been for a better part of the year. But there's no way the NCAA was going to. I'm with you. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there's no way in hell the NCAA is not going to put Mike Krzyzewski
So the thing,
or CBS. CBS
the thing
is going
is,
to allow it.
towards the end of the end of a couple the last couple games, Krzyzewski has actually gotten pretty animated on
Yeah.
the sidelines. Normally he's kind of low key.
Yeah.
But they've shown him a couple times, and he's fist bumping or high-
Did he look? Did he look
He's like-
old to you? I mean, he
Oh,
looked,
yeah.
he's always been a good-looking older man. I think he's in
He
his
is old.
70s.
He's 70s, yeah.
In his, I think
He's old.
72 or something like that. But he's always looked good. He's always, he's always held his age well. Watch that the game to get them into the Final Four, and a couple shots on the bench, and I was just like, man, he aged. He looked like he aged a bunch.
I think North Carolina
Not
beats
that
him.
I'm any
75.
I think
yeah.
North Carolina beats him again.
Oh, I hope they do.
No, I think I know because you have money on it.
No,
but
I don't have money on it yet.
Really?
I hate Duke.
I'm with you
I hate
personally.
Duke. Tired of it. Tired of listening to
tired of
them. And yep.
And unless that's your team, you're either
Yeah, I hear you.
with Duke.
Yep.
It's very. Sorry, Link.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm gonna bring it up.
We almost made it through a whole episode.
It's very footballish with the Patriots.
Tom Brady.
You son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Okay.
All right,
There you go.
Tommy, you want to? You had a nice little intro last week for SDOW.
We were gonna
Solid dick of the week.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, and then Brett interrupted it.
I thought
know, it was
I
all-
thought-
everybody was
Yeah.
all
Brought you
over it.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
Knocked
going
my
to
balls
have. We talked about this before we started the podcast. We were going to have what's his name, the actor
Will Smith.
Will Smith do
Smith.
that, but we came to the conclusion that nobody really gives a fuck
Yeah.
about that.
When's the last time you watched
Who
the Academy
gives a
Awards?
shit? Yeah, exactly.
Every time it's on, everybody scrolls through. Oh, the Academy Awards are on.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
And-
they
and
just
more-
scroll through. Nobody
More
watches
than
that shit.
more than
Nobody
likely,
cares.
we're gonna find out like 5 or 10 years from now.
That was
Yeah.
staged.
Staged.
Yes.
It was all staged.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
Yes.
it'll take 5 to 10 years.
I mean,
I think
look
later
at the
this year.
who was the wrestler on David Letterman that bitch slapped Andy
Andy
Kaufman?
Kaufman.
Super
Andy
Dave.
Andy
Kaufman.
Kaufman.
Andy
Oh,
Kaufman.
Yeah.
And it looked complete, but it figured out that Dave actually admitted he knew about it beforehand,
Yeah,
and
they were gonna
so
do
that
it.
whole thing was staged, but it looked
Right.
100% legit
Yeah.
at the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so now, so did this. I mean, I've seen the videos.
I
We've all
think
seen
it was
the videos.
real.
So
I do think it was.
I think
real.
it was real,
Yeah.
but
Was it?
you open up
Yeah.
a whole can of worms. I mean, he went up there and slapped him
I
because
thought we
he's
did.
making.
I thought we agreed we weren't going to talk about this shit. Here we are talking about it.
Talk about it a little bit.
Well, he was in the
Because
running.
reality,
He was in the
yeah,
running.
he was in the running. So the reality is, he was okay with all the jokes
Until his wife.
current wife said, gave him the eye roll.
nice one.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, right
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Gave him the eye roll. Then he goes up there and he bitch slaps Chris Rock, and then he goes sits down. And as if that wasn't enough, he had to sit there and do this whole profane laden tirade
Come
while he's
on,
sitting in his
hang
chair.
on. You're
So-
acting all high and mighty with the profane language thing.
No, fuck no.
Okay,
But-
okay.
so-
I just want to make sure. I
No,
just wanna make sure.
so the reality is though, he could have just gone up there, slapped him, and gone sat back down. But no, he
Or
was
he could have
sitting.
just sat there, shut his mouth,
And
and,
just
and then
laugh
taken
through it.
care of it after the award ceremony or something like
you know,
that.
Kick his
You know,
ass in the alley,
right way
whatever.
to do that.
Yeah, like man up and do it under the lights. But so reality is that it was all fun and games until his wife gave him the stink eye, and then he goes up there, he bitch slaps Chris Rock, sits down, cussing at him. He didn't have to do all that. He didn't have to do any of that.
I have a slightly different
So-
theory.
What's that?
I think he's auditioning to play Jawan Howard.
He's going to be the next coach of the Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yes, I think he's auditioning to play Jawan Howard.
He's going to be the next coach of the Wisconsin Badgers. So when Jawan comes and slaps
So
him,
is-
he goes slap his ass back.
Is that the new
Is he
thing now?
auditioning for a role?
Is that the new thing now? And instead of punching somebody,
Bitch slap him.
Slap him.
you just open hand,
Yep.
so you don't get in as much trouble. Now I know Juwan
Yeah.
Howard got suspended the rest of the season, 5 games
he
or
should've.
whatever.
That was-
And
he
he
should've.
deserved. But if he punches that Wisconsin coach,
If a dude slaps me,
I'd rather be punched.
right? Come on.
you almost laugh at
That's
him,
You-
right?